So does a nice guy really finish last? Not if he's nice. And smart. And innovative. And dedicated. Our 2017 Pinnacle Award winner Mike Heering grew up in Port Huron, Michigan, in a household that was bustling with 4 boys and 4 girls, and guided by industrious parents with strong values. Not only were the children taught, they learned by example.
Our dad could do just about anything. One of the things Dad was good about was teaching us about hard work.
So what brought our guy to Fulton, Mississippi?
Before Mike worked for F.L. Crane, he was living in Michigan and worked for Mueller Copper Tube, which is where his dad worked. His dad was transferred to Fulton with Mueller Copper Tube. Mike stayed and worked at Mueller's for probably about a year maybe, and then he decided he'd come to Mississippi to visit his parents. When he got here, he liked it so well, he just stayed.
When Mike and Marilyn were first introduced, it was not love at first sight. Long hair got in the way, and it wasn't Marilyn's. That was the spring of 1974. At first, Marilyn wasn't all that interested. Mike had long hair and rode a motorcycle down from Michigan looking like a hippie. His leather jacket with fringe was a bit much for Fulton. Still, he persisted and actually got his hair cut a couple of inches. But that wasn't enough for Marilyn. Then he got his hair cut short. Marilyn figured if he went to that much trouble, then okay.
We were married in 1975. He proposed at my house where I was living with my mom, and it was a surprise.
Mike found a real home with F.L. Crane.
Mike came to us when he was building a spec house, and his boss man got hurt and it broke his back, and Mike would have been out of a job, so I talked him into coming to work for F.L. Crane. And he was a sheetrock finisher. He was a good carpenter. He could do about anything, and has made us an excellent employee.
He was always bringing new things to the company, new ideas. His management style, at first, he was a little stern and strong, and I was my style was maybe a little too laid back. So we complemented each other pretty well, but he's mellowed in his older age.
What impressed me about Mike was that he was very particular about things he done and wanted to make sure that it was all done right.
The thing I admire the most about Mike is his ability to speak on every level of the company. He came up through the field, so he can communicate with our guys out in the field. He can do every trade of work that we do at F.L. Crane. Yet he can sit in meetings with the CEOs of companies much larger than ourselves and communicate on their level and make tough business decisions that it takes a true leader to make.
Serious and hard-working, Mike knows how to have some fun at someone else's expense.
He was a drywall finisher. I was the drywall hanger. Well, he'd come by with his knife pan and his knife and going down the hallway, and I'd take screws out of my pouch and I'd throw them in his knife pan. He'd get down the hallway and he'd start finishing. You could hear him fussing, all be out, and trying to finish with screws in his mud. Well, I'd go to lunch, I'd come back, and I'd grab my tools and I'd put them on. We'd go back to work, and I'd run my hand down in my tool bag where I had all my screws. Well, guess what was in there? Big old pile of sheetrock. Well, I'd fuss and cuss, and he could hear me down the hallway, and he'd be laughing like crazy. Well, I came back from lunch one day after we'd been messing with one another. Came back from lunch one day, and I got to looking for my tools and couldn't find them. And finally, Mike comes through, and they're laughing and joking, and look up on the ceiling, and he has taken my tool belt, and he has shot the through the belt into the concrete and hilty shot my tools to the ceiling. And it took me forever to get them down. I was going to have to learn a better place to hide my tools.
Mike is 2 years younger than I am, and I had another brother, Tom, that's 15 months younger than Mike. I can remember when they got a chemistry set. They were probably 8, 9, and they decided to make a concoction up of poison to get rid of me. And they painted my doll's faces with it, hoping that it would come off on me.
Nowhere has Mike made more memories than with his family.
I've learned a lot from my dad growing up. I picked up a lot of skills, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, cabinet building, but most importantly, I picked up how to have a strong work ethic.
Some of the things that I enjoy doing with my dad is that we've always worked on projects together, projects around the house, building things. We built a deck, a shed.
Something that I have learned from my dad would be food preparation safety. And for example, he had some bacon in the fridge that was in a Ziploc bag, and he took said bacon and put it in the microwave in the Ziploc bag, warmed it up, took it out. The bacon fell out of the melted bag. He picked it up off the floor and distributed it among the sliders to serve to his family members.
Mike is a family man. He's very nurturing. He always liked to teach the kids about stuff around the house, how to spend their money, not to blow everything, how to save, how to be a really good person, and they all turned out very well.
Adding to Mike's value to the company has been his ongoing involvement in AWCI that began early on.
Mike started going to the conventions with my brother Jimmy and myself, and he immediately took right into wanting to serve on different committees and get involved.
I distinctly remember the first time I met Mike Heering. It was about 30 years ago at an AWCI convention. He was with Jimmy Crane and I was with Bill Bell. Mike was new to the association and a little bit shy, but wanted to get involved. So I encouraged him to get involved with the Academy, and he did. And over the years, Mike grew in the leadership ranks of AWCI and grew in the leadership role at FL Crane.
AWCI and its members have truly been a benefit for FL Crane & Sons, and Mike has been that portal for us. Through his meetings, he's always listening in on seminars, giving us industry knowledge that we wouldn't get otherwise. He's built relationships with so many people throughout AWCI who can help us and have been through things that we might have coming up, who have experienced things that we've never experienced before.
Mike took it very seriously. He went to every meeting, he went to every educational section he could, and he worked hard.
Mike has always been the top of my list as one of those guys I could call and get his opinion, whatever it might be. Whether it was manpower training, product information, software information, or just to talk about personal things, Mike has always been there for me. There are countless other contractors across this country, manufacturers, software vendors, association executives that count on Mike to share his opinion and make our industry better.
One of the funny things about Mike is how adaptive he is. To meet Mike, you would think he's a son of the South. In reality, he was raised in Michigan, worked in a manufacturing plant, and was a long-haired, Harley-riding biker before he moved to Mississippi. I asked Mike how he pulled it off. He said, "I cut my hair and changed the way I talked so I wouldn't seem like an outsider." I would say this is another successful transition Mike pulled off going to good old boy.
Mike was also at the forefront of making technology part of FL Crane.
A big part of FL Crane's success can be attributed to Mike's openness to new ideas. As far back as 25 years ago, when he moved us from using a scale stick to electronic estimating to today, allowing us to purchase all the products necessary to keep us on the leading edge of technology.
Mike drove the use of technology into FL Cranes because he thought that the hand version was taking too long. A lot of people that were using computers before them were getting more jobs because they were getting them bid quicker. So he brought his computer in and started estimating on the computer, taking off jobs and stuff, and then he started with each individual estimator until he got everybody on a computer.
Mike is respected and admired by family, colleagues, and friends.
He's a great dad and an awesome papa. He does so much for us. Every time he comes to our house, I think he must expect there to be some type of project. And, we value his expertise. The first house we lived in, he added crown molding to our baby's nursery so that we could paint it pink. The second house we moved to, he added bookshelves to their playroom. The list goes on. He's always there to help me whenever we need anything.
What I admire most about Mike is that he's a good Christian man. He has raised a good family, and he's honest and just somebody that you would want to be in business with.
He's always stayed true to who he was, and he's maintained his work-life balance and his commitment to family and to keep friendships. That's always been important to him, and I respect that he's able to do that so well.
Mike Heering is the embodiment of American values, dedicated and loyal, starting as a drywall finisher and rising to the position of president in one of the country's largest drywall contractors. He did this starting out with a family-owned business, and he did this raising 3 wonderful children with his wife, Marilyn.
So Mike shows a management style of a true leader, in my opinion. He never asks anything of anyone that he wouldn't do himself. He's going to outwork everybody and always put in his time and make sure that everyone knows that he's got their back.
From work to home to the town of Fulton and beyond, Mike really cares about people.
Mike contributes to the community as being a member of ICDC, which is the Etowah County Development Center. And they plan events for the city and county. He was also in Rotary Club, which he received the Paul Harris Fellow Award.
Mike's always been one of those kind of guys that just is there to help. You can bounce ideas off of him, and he's always there, easy to talk with, and will give you his input, his criticism and concerns and everything like that. But ultimately, he's always kind of a team player with you, to partner up with you and help you succeed at what you're doing.
One of the things that impresses me most about Mike is his loyalty to the company. He has truly shown what it is to be a part of the FL Crane family.
And his active involvement with AWCI has been invaluable to his company and the industry. Mike rose in the organization to become AWCI president from 2006 to 2007.
Mike was on the executive committee during times when AWCI was shepherding in some very large projects. He was there when we bought and built out our AWCI office space, when we started the AWCI Steel Doing It Right program, and we launched the AWCI Insurance Company.
We have made a lot of friendships through AWCI and CSC. We have made friends with Pat and Brenda Boyd, especially since they've been going long before we were. And a lot of other people who've started after us, they're like family now.
In my opinion, Mike Heering is the hardest working member of AWCI. Can't remember a committee, except maybe labor related, that he has not sat on or chaired in this association. He goes to meetings, he attends seminars. He's the backbone of our association, in my opinion.
He's participated in peer groups to where they share information, they talk about big issues in the industry, and Mike has consistently been able to reach out to those people and ask for help at any time.
Growing up, I was only able to attend one AWCI convention, was an executive committee meeting, but I can speak to how important my dad felt AWCI was. He's always taught the importance of collaboration and sharing, and AWCI provides the perfect platform for companies to do that. And it's been pertinent to his success and the success of FL Cranes, as well as I'm sure the success of many other companies.
I'd just like to say, Mike, you have worked extremely hard for this. You're well deserving of it, and I'm proud of you.
Congratulations, Mike. I'm so proud of you and so happy that you're receiving this award. I can't think of an individual who is more deserving of this type of award. You've truly been an asset to the industry and to our company.
Congratulations, Mike!
Mike, first I want to thank you for allowing and supporting my involvement in the AWCI. I also want to congratulate you for winning this year's Pinnacle Award. I know you deserve it, and I know you have earned it.
Mike, you're a great guy. I really enjoy the time we spent together, and I wish you great success as you continue on with your life.
Hi, Papa. Congratulations, Daddy.
Hey, Mike, congratulations. It's a big honor and it's well deserving.
I love you.
Congratulations, Dad, on receiving the Pinnacle Award.
After all your hard work, you definitely deserve it. We're so proud of you. Love you.
Dad, it's clear you've always put a lot of effort and time into everything you take on and see it through to the end. In this case, you recognize that collaboration, sharing, and knowledge is something that cannot stop. And you've put timeless effort into making sure that your involvement in AWCI spilled down into the success of FL Crane. You've dedicated considerable time into this, and I want to congratulate you.
I'd like everyone to raise a glass and drink a toast to Mike and to Marilyn. Mike, you've earned this award. Congratulations. And remember, don't drive like my brother.
Congratulations, Mike, for winning the Pinnacle Award. I think it's well deserved, and we're very proud of you. Love you.
Congratulations, Mike, for reaching the pinnacle of success.